I took a break from my woodworking project. My mother-in-law had dropped her computer and it got wanged up pretty bad. Alright, so as you can see, the crack starts right here and goes up that way. Now I've already removed power and made sure to keep hitting the button, making sure that I kill the capacitors so that there's no power in the system at all. Some of the tools I like to have is a magnetic dish, holds screws, variety of sizes of screwdrivers. This is a car trim removal tool. I actually have a whole bunch of these. I prefer using the ones with a little edge to try to get the pieces off of the laptop. Some sites sell something similar. It's called a spudger, and just a normal zero size Phillips screwdriver with a longer shank onto it. So giving me a little more torque to my turn. Alright, so we're going to start by just prying this up right here. Now I know that in the corners here there is actually a screw, so I have to very carefully pry that up. That's going to be fun. Yeah, thanks HP for making a taped on cover. Alright, take the little screw out. And gingerly pop it off, and away it goes. Alright, so you can see there's mounting screws, there's the camera, microphone, and flash setup. That's a little LED right there. And you got your antennas on the screw down here, and you can see your cabling, most likely for the monitor board that's on the back. Alright, let's start the assembly. Probably asking, hey, how come you are not using tweezers? Very good question. I don't know. So, funny thing about HP, not funny haha, more funny annoying, they like to hide little bits that you have to remove. So these just slide out. Like that. Like that. Alright, so as you can see, this has screw holes on the side. This is the new screen. And if you look at the very edge here, you can see screw holes. This is where the fun comes in, because right down there is going to be a giant pain. So just a quick word about replacement monitors for your laptops. Always make sure that you remove the monitor itself, just kind of pop the screen like the first couple steps I did, and look behind it and make sure that your codes match on the back side, because even though it'll have the same model and type of laptop, the screens are different. I'm not really sure why. I know there's a matte and glossy finish, but it seems like even within the same line there's various types of monitors. It's very weird. Alright, so this is just some of the information that you're going to need. You're looking up, you got this code, and you got this code here, and you got this code here. Alright, so I'm going to start taking off these 80mm screws off of this bezel. And dropping it like an idiot. My recommendation is never leave the screws in. It's a good way to lose them. All right, now on the other side, notice there's a little 2 here. You got 1, and down the bottom it's also marked 2. It's sometimes they idiot-proof these things. Not all the time, but sometimes. And gently lower the board because, as you can see, you have a line here and a line here. You don't want to break those. Alright, so we're going to gingerly take this off. It's usually double-sided tape on there. As you can see, don't touch. And I'm assuming that's what it says there in Chinese. Just remember, these are never really meant to be replaceable. So it's always going to be a pain to take it off. There we go. I always like to use the plastic one, mostly because with the screwdriver, you're bound to scratch up something or cross any paths between conductors or anything like that. I don't want to short anything out, so good phenolic piece of spudger here will always get the job done right. And gingerly, and huzzah! So I try usually to stick with the same brand, Inolux. Now the codes do look a little bit different. I hadn't opened this up beforehand, but this is the screen that they sent in accordance with what they had on the site and what I matched up with the serial number. So hopefully this works. Alright, so you'll usually have a nice piece of plastic on here, and that's a good thing. Keep it on. Help protect against smudges and from ruining anything. I kind of want to start some of them that go over the edge there, but you want to try to keep that on as long as you can. Alright, so I'm going to bring this down here. Well, keeping the plastic on is the idea anyway, not that it wants to stay on. After some necessary swear jar input, that went in. Word of advice, when you go to put this stuff in, try to keep the kids out of the way. You're most likely going to swear. Well, like I said, that plastic may come off. And you know what? Screw it. That's what eyeglass cleaning rags are for. And we're going to put screw number 1 in. And the wise thing to do would be to have the screwdriver handy. Best thing to do is to do the top one first. It'll help line the entire bezel up with the screen. Alright, so we're going to do the same with the other end. Carefully. You don't want to put too much pressure on that screw, because you will strip it. And as you can see, they are very, very tiny. Or not see, because it was rather fuzzy. And there we go. And this is where it gets to be a pain. My big fingers here. These tiny little instruments. Alright, so see this little tab here. Use that and shove the connector back in. Shove the connector back in. Get frustrated at connector. There we go. You can see it makes a little bend, goes around. This is where that sticky tape part comes to be a hassle. You have to adjust it just a bit. Your mileage may vary. Alright, so there's some pins that just snap it into place. And all these screws are the same size, so I'm not really caring right now about placement. I'm more worried about dropping the dang things like that. Alright, so I put the rest of the screws in. And now we've come to the retainer part of the screen. You just go around snapping it all in place. Careful not to wang up this screen, because they don't bend. Now you would think ideally they would have a hinge right here, you know, just so it doesn't bend like right at the mark, but no. The average PC laptop has only 2 hinges. I do like the ones that has a nice piano hinge going across. Very stable. Alright, and there you have it. The screen has been replaced, and there's no more crack. Alright, so that is changing on the screen. It's really simple. Again, make sure that you have the correct numbers and that you match the make, model, and screen type before you go and order the item. And once again, have a good day.